Okay. Okay, Jesus Christ. Holy. My power went out, and I panicked and thought it didn't save all that progress. Oh my god, that scared me. Oh my god. We're good now. Because my power went out, and I had to restart stream back to where I was. I'm waiting for, MegGamer69 to get back, since they really wanted to watch. Probably in a couple of days, man. I really want to play this game for a lot. Oh, I almost panicked there, man. Yeah, we are so back. It auto-saved, and I'm really glad it did. Anyways, he wants to give me a high 6. That means he likes me. That was a nice job, William. I'm impressed you got the riddle. Did you think I was stupid? Is it hot in here, or is it just a side effect of the green glass door disintegrating? UI 6 forward beaming as Dipper finds the page he needs to continue the game. Also, this is a moment in history! Take a picture! The green glass door swings open. You go through. To freedom. There it is! The end of the dungeon! I cut it down a bit on the fly. Didn't want to make this too long. I ran a murder mystery series. I planned out for ages, but my test runs have never, gone very well with my focus group. So, what did you think? Too many puzzles, not enough story. So what happens next? When do we fight the sorcerer? This was actually a transition into the next super plot-centric campaign about infiltrating the sorcerer's tower castle. Dipper shows you a couple pages from his campaign book, which looks to be filled with various dungeon sketches of realistic physics calculations crowded into every spare space. Well, Dipper, I think you did well. It's not easy adding in an extra player on short notice like that. I always write just in case. Not completely, but just a few notes. Bort and Dipper launched into a conversation about dungeon mastering as they clean up the DMD setup, returning the game components to their originally glossy fantasy box. They're too fast and practiced for you to figure out how to help, so you just pick up the dice Ford lent you and turn them into their original value back. Ah, then it's just me and Ford! Hi! What's good, baby girl? Kill me. William, you did well for a first timer. I'd like to take you into a dungeon with me. Literally? Sure! I mean, you know what I meant. Thanks, Ford. I'll cover the kitchen for what sounds like Stan. Well, I'd talk more, but I better see what he needs. Ford moves past you, heading towards the kitchen. You kind of feel like you need to hold on to this moment, like you need to say something. Ford? Yes? I don't remember what you were going to say. Here's your set of dice back. Thanks for letting me use it. Ford chuckles his head. No, you keep it, in case you decide to join us in the next game. See you at dinner, William. Love Peter! Yeah! Can you give me dating tips? You're good at this. Damn. It's like you were made for each other. Yeah. Romance! Yeah. I'm so good at this, right? I don't know why, but him looking so miserable on this just makes it look funny. Someone thumps their fist on the storage room door, stirring you from sleep with a jolt and a thud as you fall off the mattress. Scrambling to your feet, you step over the door and say, Mabel! William, I need your help! It's that moment you see Waddles swaddled in her arms, wearing a top hat and a small bow tie. Why is Waddles looking so dapper? He does look pretty dashing, doesn't he? Oh god, I love Mabel. Mabel is my all-time favorite Gravity Falls character. She's my favorite. I love Ford, man. I love Ford. But, like, Mabel, she's great. He does look pretty dashing, doesn't he? Wait, we're not here to dish out compliments. There's an emergency. A love emergency. Mabel stares at you with wide eyes, her little arms unmoving as Waddles attempts to wiggle free from her grasp. This kid's stronger than she looked. Mabel could throw you, man! Man, I wonder where! Knowing Mabel, this can mean she has a new crush from what Dipper's told you. She's still deeply rooted in her boy-crazy phase, or she desperately wants to wed Waddles to some unsuspecting critter outside. Waddles and Gompers are renewing their vows today, and I can't find Gompers to put his gown on. You gotta help me! You weren't actually expecting your second guess to be right. Okay, wait, Mabel, just calm down for a second. But we have to find Gompers! The ceremony's in 20 minutes! Waddles wriggles himself free and runs down the hallway to freedom, ignoring Mabel's shriek of protest as she chases him. You're compelled to go back to bed, deciding this is almost definitely a dream, but a jog after Mabel regardless. You catch sight of Mabel, she just leaps over Dipper, who's sitting on the floor with a large array of graph paper, chewed pencils, and she runs back to the door suspiciously open after Waddles snoring, and got him to not lose his table. What? Mabel, what's going on? Waddles? Wedding? Gompers? A little out of breath. Mabel's fast. Dipper smacks a hand on his forehead, dragging down his face dramatically. Of course, she told me they're renewing their vows or something. He got married last summer, but she misses the pizzazz of weddings. Dipper looks nonplussed, but you can tell he's at least a little invested. Are you gonna help her with whatever that was? I don't even want to imagine this marriage failing. With that, you run past it, Dipper snuggles out of surprise, growing faintier as you head outside. This marriage will not fail! Gompers and Waddles will have their vows renewed successfully. Mabel's already in a ways aside. I feel like this is a trick. Mabel's pulling on me to get me to do something. Come on, Gompers! Already booked the second honeymoon and caterers are gonna be mad! Runaway brides are so cliche! She's seriously invested in this farm critter marriage. That, or she's watched way too many dramatic romance movies. Or both. Gompers! Goat pal! Where are you? Your Dipper head towards Mabel on that way to help her, so you veer the opposite object to cover more ground in search of the runaway goat bride. Inside Stan's car. Why would I look inside Stan's car? Under the shack's foundation. You duck on your knees and look under the ground. There's a large hole that leads somewhere underground, but you figure Gompers isn't down there. That's Ford's illustrious basement Dipper's gushed about. On the roof. You're walking to the side now. Blah blah blah. Gift shop. Wait. Hey, Mabel! Yeah? Flight up to the roof at Gompers. Here comes the bride! Mabel shrieks, Gompers! And sprints into the gift shop, slamming the door so hard the open sign flips to closed. There's silence for a moment, then something flips open on the roof's small balcony, and Mabel pops out from underneath, climbing on the roof to attempt to coax Gompers down. There's a ladder up to that little balcony thing inside the gift shop. It's pretty cool for fireworks. Mabel pulls the sandwich from her sleeve. You can't help but imagine what else she has up there, and waves it in Gompers' direction as he trots towards the balcony, hoping to down Mabel's level. Hopping down to Mabel's level, and snatching the sandwich from her hand. She grabs the goat and heads back down to the ladder in the gift shop. Oh, Gompers, you can't get the pre-wedding jitters anymore. You're already married. You can't get away that easy. Thanks a billion, William. You saved the wedding. Thanks a billion, William! With that, Mabel gets to work on wrestling Gompers into his dress, yelling commands, and Dipper to grab Waddles, who thankfully didn't get his bow tie dirty when he dashed away earlier, and get everything ready for the most important ceremony in the history of ever. Maybe an exaggeration, but Mabel's excitement is undoubtedly contagious. Okay, once Dip finds Waddles, I think we got everything ready. I am, of course, the Vicaricature, proud mother, musical guest combo. Dipper's gonna take pictures for my scrapbook. Hey, I never agreed to that! Dipper, please! I've got a office shit ain't. Do you mean officiate? See, I'm so busy I can't even talk right. Please, Dipper! I'll be with some nerd thing later, I pinky swear. Dipper contemplates this, his hand at his chin, mirroring Grunkle Ford, of course. As long as you actually do this time, then yeah, I'll take pictures. Mabel jumps up and down in excitement, jostling poor Gompers in her arms. Yay, thank you, Dipper! I owe you this one. This is what the best brother looks like right here, William. Okay, you don't have to do that whole thing. I'll get back to... Waddles, you get back here! Okay, now that we have that fixed, that means we have... Wait! Sue's left already! My ring bear's gone! Oh no, what are we gonna do, Gompers? Gompers gives the intelligent answer of... chewing on his bridal veil. I could ask them, but I don't know. Gomper chooses that sign to look into Mabel's eyes and bleat at her instantly. Mabel naturally takes the sign from the goat. You're right! Of course, this is your special day, again. Mabel turns to you with pleading in her eyes. Hey, William, could you be the new ring bearer for the ceremony? It would give me no greater honor! I am very invested in this partnership, Mabel. I gotta see it through. Mabel beams, obviously very pleased that you're taking this as seriously as she is. Thank you, William! Let's get this show on the road, or this wedding in the backyard. It still works. Mabel runs back into the house and you hear her thudding upstairs faster than Hungry Waddles. Gomper's thankfully still occupied with the half sandwich Mabel taunted him with, stays put. She comes back soon with her fluffy purple pillow and 2 clear sticks. After snapping the sticks in half, glow sticks, they're glow sticks, she curled them into small bracelet-sized rings. These are so much more fun than rings. Plus, Waddles could put it on his tail to look super handsome. Waddles oinks in agreement. In his mad dash out of the house, he's lost his top hat. Hold your hands out, palm up, and get down so you're not as tall. They can't put the rings on each other if you're way up there. She's got a point. You duck to your knees in the dirt, and Mabel turns her hands palm up, overtly placing the pillow and the glow stick rings atop them. Okay, Mabel, I'm here with the camera for... William, why are you on the ground? You gesture to the happy couple with a wide arc of your arm. They needed a ring bearer. Well, I guess they do. Mabel nods, small hands on her hips. She looks over to the wedding scene and mumbles herself, checking things off on a mental checklist. Okay, I think we have... Wait! I forgot the flower petals! I'll be right back. And she's gone again, leaving you with the pig, the groom, the goat bride, 2 glow stick bands of matrimony. Goatrimony. That kind of works. Decided not to crack that pun on Dipper, who's examining his disposable camera. He pops the back open and sighs, smacking a hand to his forehead. This one's out of film. It must have been the one used at Mabel's candy party. He looks up at you and shrugs. I'll go get one of my spares. Make sure these 2 don't go anywhere, or Mabel will. You know Mabel. You haven't known Mabel as long as Dipper has, but you understand immediately. You left alone in the backyard with groom's pig, bride goat, 2 glow sticks, and a broken disposable camera. Well, you'd love to say you've absolutely been in this situation. You unfortunately have not. Really am happy for you both, Waddles and Gompers. Both animals turn to you nonchalant and to the current state of events. I can't believe Mabel forgot the flower petals and keys. Just as you go, you hear 2 voices coming from the side of the house. 2 very familiar voices. Oh my god, this is them! Listen, Six, or if you hadn't gone off about the wobbly junker, the gobble wonker, Stanley. Has Dipper really never told you? You wouldn't have freaked out at the kid at the store who needed to, I don't know, stuff to fix my house after you got a car stuck in it. It's still my house, and besides, if he was a fisherman, he needed to... Well, standing forward around the corner, just sitting on your heels next to Waddles and Gompers, brandishing a pillow and glow stick stir. 3 of you stare at each other in silence. Ah! Fart! It's not what it looks like! Mabel needed a ring bearer for the wedding. It's at that moment that Mabel kicks down the back of the doors, runs to your side, and throws rose petals atop your head. Ta-da! You blow a rose petal off the tip of your nose and grin at Mabel. Think our bride and groom are ready to renew your vows, don't you? Mabel nods empathetically before returning to her grunkles, lighting up a 100-watt smile. Yes, Grunkle Stan! Grunkle Ford! You guys got back just in time! With that, Mabel pushes Stan forward towards you and tucks their heads so they sit across from you. Stan complains about his knees, and Ford asks Dipper exactly why the pig and the goat are betrothed. Fits with what you know about both at this point. Mabel makes way with the wedding, and you sit cross-legged, the pillow and the glow sticks rings on your lap. Every so often, Mabel stifles a theatrical sob, wiping a very real tear from her eye, where she turns to you with the rings. Oh, Mabel, how should the betrothed, wear their rings, since they don't have any ring fingers? Just put them on where you think they fit best. Around 1 goat horn and Waddle's tail. You promptly crouch down, stick in front of Goddles and Mopper, playing your ring bearer part very seriously. Glow stick ring goes onto one of Gomper's horns, and you place the other on Waddle's rear, hanging off his curlicool tail. I now pronounce you husband and husband again! Yeah! Gay people! Once again, their vows renewed! Gompers and Waddles! Woo! I am so honored to have helped in this, Mabel. Thank you for including me. You may now kiss the goat. Waddle sniffs, Gompers, and snorts. That definitely counts. Dipper reappears with a new camera, and Mabel throws more rose petals at him. Few stuck to his fluffy hat, but he rolls his eyes, but retaliates by taking a very close-up picture of the flash, temporarily blinding her. Hey, save the film for the newlyweds! I need plenty of pictures for my scrapbook! You owe me a new camera for this, Mabel! He sounds annoyed, but his fond sibling smile gives him away, and he starts taking pictures of the happy couple, getting odd angles that Mabel pushes them into silly poses. Away from the scene and go to head back in the house, but being a ring bearer is thirsty work, but stand forth stop you before you make it to the door. Hey, William. Thanks for playing along with Mabel's whole wedding thing. We're both glad you're willing to entertain her for whenever we're gone. She didn't make you do it, did she? I've just been paying attention to Ford's expressions. I just realized Stan's expressions are also very well detailed. He looks so funny. He's my 3rd favorite character, Ford is my 2nd, Mabel is my 1st. Dipper, Dipper's 4th. Seuss is too good for the list, if anybody asks that. Seuss is so good, he gets his own list called the Seuss list, and he is number 1 every single time. He is always Seuss. She didn't make you do it, did she? Oh, no, she didn't. She needed a ring bearer, so I stepped up to help. And it forward and match arch and growls at you. Very invested in the marriage of goat and pig, you know. If you laugh and Stan pats your shoulder, Ford gives you a warm smile. Well, I'm glad you're as all into that as she is. Thanks for that. Yeah, it's kind of nice for you to be, nice to her. Ford takes a step forward on the patio, peering down at you through his black glasses. He somewhat intimidated if it wasn't for the fact that he's delicious. Ah! Hmm? Yo, what's good, baby? I gotta stop. Romance! I appreciate that you occupied the kids for Stanley and I while we were out. Both of them seemed to like you being around. Greeted him with a shrug. That's no problem. They're fun to hang out with, even if I'm gonna have some strange photos in Mabel's scrapbook at the end of it. Ford smiles. See, you're almost kind. It's your turn to turn red when he looks at you like that. Look at him! Look at him! Oh! Print screen. Print screen. I'm totally not doing anything by printing my screen. I'm printing my screen out. I'm taking, anyways. Well, if you excuse me, I've got, things to get back to. Yes. He walks past you and into the house. Stan following soon after. Stan elbows Ford and looks at him like he muttered something to him, but you can't hear what it was. Whatever he said, Ford looks scandalized. You don't have to keep watching. I mean, I know you really want to keep watching, but like, now I feel bad, because I want to keep playing, but I don't want your head to hurt. Well, Tylenol just relieves the pain. It doesn't make it technically better. It just makes it stop hurting for a while. But you do you, I guess. Just don't push yourself too far. I don't want you to hurt yourself trying to watch me do a old man dating simulator. He walks past you and into the house, Stan following soon after. Stan elbows Ford and looks like he mutters something to him, but you hear what it was. Whatever it was, Ford looks like scandalized. Hey, William, you're gonna miss the party. We got popsicles. I call the red ones. Pineapple ones are mine. I call dibs. Pineapple ones are the best ones. Okay. Mabel and Stan wrestle over a yellow popsicle while Dipper contentedly unwraps a red one, holding it above his head and out of Gomper's way. Ford gingerly picks out a purple ice block, leaves the ice chest open for you to grab one as well. Stan and Mabel aren't looking. You have the pineapple popsicles at the bottom of the chest. Dipper sees it, starts laughing but doesn't tell. They're a strange bunch, these two sets of pine twins. They certainly are making your summer a lot more exciting as you stay at the Mystery Shack continues. The wreck of a car sitting outside the heat of the setting sun. It's another day of summer with nothing to do but wait. Your schedule is surprisingly clear today. Ford usually has something going on for you to help, and if not, Stan sues so the kids do. What do you want to find? Ford. Past the living room, Mabel spots you from her seat at the table. William! I was hoping to see you! Come on, I want to ask you something! Mabel points down at the table with a raspberry pink colored pencil. Her art supplies scattered across the table, lying across various sheets of paper brightly colored doodles and lots of glitter. See a drawing that looks like a cross between Barney and Godzilla? A page full of puppy. Does she ship Barney and Godzilla? You go, girl! That's the best ship I've ever heard of, man! A page full of puppies and a page with a drawing that looks kind of like you with... Is that Ford or Stan? Mabel's not finished with it yet. But the telltale John line gives away. You sit down at the table across from Mabel and suddenly get the same feeling you're at a job interview. It's intensified when she pushes her organized chaos papers aside, steeples her fingers over to the table surface. William, I'll be frank. I've been trying to find a match for my grunkles for a while, but I never seem to get their matches made. Sorry, a match? But then, it's like you were pulled from thin air, attracted to the Mystery Shack by a magnet of love! It was a sign, and this week just made chemistry you share with him obvious. You know what I'm talking about, right? It's just like Ford. Yes. Uncle Ford's great with family, but he's still guarded. You're the first new person I've seen him actually get interested in. Maybe you'll get to know him. See that social interactions aren't so hard, and maybe love was on its horizon all along. Love? That's a jump, to say the least. Anyways, you thought you had a chance to share some quality time with Ford. You still feel like there's a huge part of the story you're missing. How much do you even know about him anyways? Why do you want to know so much more? Aw, man! I wonder what's up with this poor man. Mabel, Ford and I haven't spent all that time together. Sure, we shared a couple of ventures, but nothing. Adventure's the perfect bonding material. I know firsthand. It would really get the chemistry going? Talking to him? No, I'm thinking something more romantic. Hold on, I'm getting an idea. I'll get everything ready. Willem, you just focus on falling completely and utterly in love. Matchmaking Mabel is back in the game! Okay, bye, Mabel. Just as you exit the talk with Mabel, you run a Dipper right outside the living room, and it doesn't seem like an accident either. His arms are crossed, and he's looking at you dubiously. So, I heard about Mabel's plan. How do you... I just left the room! Yeah, well, words travel fast, and Mabel sends out mass update texts. His defensive posture softens a bit. Just tell me one thing. I know my grunkles can look after themselves, but promising you won't hurt Grunkle Ford. You trust me? Okay, William. I'm remembering that. Text notification sounds. Dipper texts his phone. Now I can be ready at any time for your date with Grunkle Ford. This is really awkward enough. No offense, William. It's just Grunkle Ford actually going on a date? Do old people even date? Kinda hard to wrap my head around. I hope Mabel doesn't ask me for help tomorrow. I mean, I have enough trouble trying to date myself. The calls were upstairs. Hey, Dip Top! I'm gonna need your help tomorrow! Well, never mind. In the next few days, you, Ford, and Dipper get further into the DD and MD campaign you left off on. It's time to flesh Alex out and complete Tyros and Vernon into the team. Dipper tells you a 3-person troop is typically small for a D&D group, but you've been getting the hang of the game, mostly taking advantage of Ford's helpful nudges in the right direction. I know how to play! Shut up! You notice that Ford's staring at you during games sometimes. You can't deny that you've been caught doing the same. After your, fateful chat with Mabel, you're on an edge and wait for her to pull something out of her sleeve. Every time she bursts into a room with fistfuls of crayons, you jump at least a foot in the air. You've been doing your best to pretend everything's normal, or at least as it gets in Gravity Falls. You ventured out with the town earlier, did some tourist-worthy exploring, ran into the Pines family, the greasy diner an hour later. According to a giddy Dipper and exasperated Ford, a door to another planet appeared in the fridge instead of food. Post-documentation and expansion, lots of skeptical squinting from Dipper and complaints from Stan. Ford had suggested they all just wait it out. It was gone by the time you got back. You secretly hoped to catch a glimpse, but when you asked Ford, he assured you it was nothing special. Not even ranked amongst his top 10, he said, pushing his glasses up to his nose. Actually. After that, the series of fridge-related events, the Shack felt quiet. Dipper ventured out with his camera and equipment off to film something amazing and stands in his office checking his sources, whatever that means. That leaves you and Ford both intently reading up on the Shack's patio. It's warm, comfortable, yet the overhang shields your eyes from blinding summer sunlight. What about Mabel, though? That's over at Ford. He looks calm and collected. Same as he's been all week. Conversely, you've been a little nervous around him ever since Mabel's matchmaking interview. Not that you haven't thought of him in that light before, it's that you never planned on actually trying it out. asked Mabel to call off the matchmaking thing. After spending the past couple of days convinced Mabel that was going to be experiencing an unavoidable romantic situation on you at any moment, rather not live with that kind of anticipation. Settle back into your book, paperback Ford lent you. It's a jargon-heavy sci-fi with an abstract cover you probably would have overlooked on a bookshelf. And you think you're about to see the first glimpse of a plot after Chapter 3 introduction. Turn the page of your book, but the door slams open. Mabel explodes on the porch, arms with oven mitts and an apron.
William! Grunkle Ford! I need help, and I need it now!
Ford sits up, wide-eyed, fixes his glasses, and startled off the bridge of his nose. What is it? Something burning? Something burning in the kitchen?
I need help baking.
Ford relaxes enough to leave a bookmark in his dog-eared novel and close it, but looks to Mabel with an air of bewilderment.
Are you really gonna make me speak German?
Grüß Hausversion party for Marius when he comes to visit and volunteered to make cupcakes.
I was like, yeah, I can totally make a batch of cupcakes, but as it turns out,
smoke unfurls from the back doorway, inevitably followed by a screech of a fire alarm inside. Mabel wrings her mitted hands around and winces guiltily.
I can't.
Mabel rushes back into the house. You and Ford come closer after. Use the door in time to see Ford, unruffled, drag a chair over to the smoke detector and disable it as easily as flipping a light switch. As for the smoke, you go straight for the kitchen window and open it, fanning the smoke out of the house. Mabel looks guilty at you about attempting to waft the smoke out of her oven mitts. Now that you really look and know there's flour on a sweater on the kitchen floor and the kitchen counter, leading to one lopsided bag of a similar mess of ingredients. It's like you could use a hand, Mabel. Why did you ask for help much sooner?
Sorry, Grunkle Ford, I just wanted to make them myself.
She wilts under exaggerated despair.
But I need those cupcakes, and I need your help!
She points at Ford.
And your help!
Mabel then moves her pointer finger to you. Oh dear.
Both of you absolutely need to help me with this.
Yeah, sure. I'm not objecting. I'm not objecting, but like, is this how you think this should play out, Mabel? I'm not objecting, okay? I'm not objecting your idea. In fact, your ideas are great. But, are you sure that this is how this should plan out? She looks between the two of you, those Mabel-patented puppy dog eyes, and whatever will you had left to resist crumbles immediately. Pat her shoulder reassuringly. It's alright, Mabel. Baking is a difficult art. Even professionals have off days. And, it's over at the oven that's still leaking lingering smoke. I think adult supervision might be good right now. Mabel nods, looking between you and Ford.
Well, it'll be easy peasy with you and Grunkle Ford helping me.
Look to Ford, and Ford just looks questioningly at Mabel. Yeah, I kinda am too. Why would you need both of us, Mabel?
Because we need to make like a bajillion of these. So many. This is a huge party. Plus, the more people that make them, the more love these cupcakes will have. There needs to be so much love in these cupcakes!
What? Mabel, please! I mean, like, I'm not objected to the idea of dating him, but, like, isn't this a little far? Also, real quick note, the music in this game is a banger! Jesus Christ! That doesn't...
Please, Grunkle Ford, you and Willie are super conveniently the only ones who can help me.
Maybe Dipper.
He's out filming. He won't be back till sunset. It's gotta be you two.
Glances hopelessly out the window. Mabel gives you a conspiratorial wink while he's not looking. Then it dawns on you. This is your matchmade date with Ford! It's getting hot in here, or is that just the oven? Oh! Here's the real romance, man! Oh, what do you have planned, Mabes? want. Hard picking up its pace. You hazard a look at Ford to find him oddly contemplative now compared to before. Looks at you for a fleeting moment. You catch a drip. You catch out of the corner of your eye. Inhale. Ah! His attention's back on Mabel by the time you register it, and Ford nods at her. Alright, what do we need to do?
Yes, okay, first rule in baking, wear an apron. There's never a wrong time to make a fashion statement.
Mabel holds two aprons out. One's scarlet red and the other white. Absolutely no idea where Mabel even retrieved these aprons in the first place, but she already picked out who gets which. The apron is tossed to you and the white one is thrown to Ford. Put it on and look at yourself. And read it upside down, burn, baby, burn, printed across your chest. A picture of a fiery grill beneath it. Fittingly, it smells a little like burning. Ford's apron has some green text you didn't quite catch, but as he loops it over his head, ties you can read clearly. Science jokes! Man. Oh, I get the last one. Oh, I want to click the last one. Oh, I get the last one and I want to click it. Do you get it? Because the symbol for copper is Cu and the symbol for beryllium is Te. Cute. I'm scared! Oh, God, why am I doing this? Why did I decide to do this on a stream, man? Oh, I'm clicking it. I'm scared to look. He's either like shocked and somewhat disgusted, or he's blushing. I cannot tell. And I'm too scared to look. I'm scared to look. I'm looking at chat and not his face. MegGamer69, explain to me before I look, because I'm scared. Is it good or is it bad? It's good? No. Aww. Oh, I'm glad I clicked that one now. Oh, science jokes are so fun to make. Okay, Mabel, what's our next step?
Second rule of baking is to know your recipe. It's got everything, the ingredients, the instruction, the temperature.
Ford looks over the counter and picks up a piece of paper. He gets the recipe, judging by the frilly-looking photo and the featured cake on the back. Scans over the ingredient focused.
The third rule in baking is to forget your recipe.
That's only if rule 2 doesn't work out. Are we looking, Uncle Ford? I was worried we'd be short on sugar, but I think we'll make it. You're switching recipes, Mabel? There's ingredients listed on here that aren't already on the counter. Mabel laughs loudly and attempts to clap Ford on the shoulder. She only manages to reach his elbow! And you suddenly suspect that whatever baked good Mabel had burned in the oven earlier was a fabricated failure. Glance at the stovetop. The oven box, store-bought cookies sitting on top confirms your suspicion.
Oh, Grunkle Ford, you can tell the best jokes.
That wasn't a joke.
Oh, look, we need flour and I already have it out. Next.
Ford reads the list of ingredients aloud. Oh, what did that say? Ford reads the list of ingredients aloud and Mabel darts around the kitchen gathering them as he calls out.
Oh, look, We need flour. I already have that. Next.
Oh. You set to work finding the utensils Mabel needs, searching through unfamiliar drawers. She points out to you. After opening nearly every cupboard, you come up with an array of mismatched measuring cups, 2 half teaspoons, and a dented tablespoon. Good enough. How many cupcakes do you need tomorrow, Mabel?
At least 100.
Oh, he bought it! Wait! If he bought it, does that mean he's in on this? Oh! If y'all could see my face right now, man! Holy! Oh! God! Jesus Christ! On a bike! Oh! Jesus! If he bought them, does that mean he's in on it? Because why else would he have bought them? I think he's in on it. I think he knows. Honestly, maybe he told Mabel to plan it. So, since the recipe makes 20 to 25, we need to... quadruple the recipe. You're bewildered that Ford doesn't question the quantity. Instead, he's starting to factor in how many acceptable cupcake pans he can fit in. He can find in cupboards, grumbling as he searches through the clangs and dulls of thoughts of other bakeware.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Okay, I'm good. Oof, when was the last time Stanley? Ah, there they are. Looks like we have one that's rusted and one that hasn't. William, get the pan that's already in the oven. You can manage to clean it.
No. Definitely uncleanable. It's totally burnt. Batter everywhere. William, can you?
Mabel makes a gesture to disposing evidence of her baking failure, and you wince but nod. Seeing your chance will force back his turn, you open the oven, grab whatever inside the oven mitt, rush outside to drop it in the trash can, and move away around the shack. Turns out to be a couple store-bought cookies dropped in a muffin pan and left to burn too crisp. Shake the cookies out of the trash, leaving you out with a still hot but perfectly serviceable pan. Leave the pan here and back up Mabel's clean. Return to the kitchen. Yeah, that pan was definitely not salvageable. Complete toast. Ford chuckles when he turns back to Mabel. The recipe gives you a winning smile and the 2 thumbs up. See that Ford has brought a mixing bowl out where you gone and wiped away most of the excess flour from the counter. He settles back to the role of recipe reader now that you're back. We're baking cookies! Oh, I love this, man. You do not know how long I've been waiting to play this game. It's because stuff has been going on and I haven't been able to play it. I've been waiting so long to actually play it. I'm gonna get off in about an hour, though. So we have, like, 1 more hour. Yeah, it costs no money! You literally download it from Game Jolt. There's literally no money. Yeah. I've already turned the oven down to the correct temperature. Mabel notably doesn't look sheepish in the slightest, still grinning in front of the mixing bowl. Our next step is to add butter.
I'll measure it out.
So you settle into a rhythm. Mabel measures ingredients and tosses them in. Ford reads out the recipe, pausing occasionally to balance out Mabel's haphazard method of throwing ingredients into the bowl, and you mix everything into a suitable batter. 2 ingredients later, you notice that Ford rolls up his sleeves to his elbows as he works. Get used to the side of him like this.
Yeah, it's free! The game's free!
You don't notice Ford returning her stare until he clears his throat. Apparently, oogling lasted just a moment too long. William?
Yeah?
Just added the first cup of flour. You can start in now. Alright, Ford adds another cup as you stir the ingredients together, trying to ignore how red your face feels.
Oh, look at you two, working so well together. It's like you don't even need me to be perfect.
You know, she's talking about the matchmaking, but Ford doesn't take it that way. It's not entirely accurate. You're an essential member of our baking trio. After all, who else is creative enough to come up with an unifying theme for all these cupcakes?
You're right! I haven't even thought about that yet!
Mabel, standing on a chair next to Ford to reach the calendar, hops up and sits at the edge of the counter.
Lovey-dovey or lovey-dovey? Lovey-dovey or lovey-dovey? God, I can't decide.
Well, Mabel works it out with her creative genius. Ford scoops out the last cup of flour, going to wipe the excess into the bag with his finger.
Wait, I have the perfect idea.
She lifts up her arm in triumph and promptly sends Ford's hated heaped cup of flour flying. Ford fumbles to catch it, but ultimately fails. The cup, along with the bag, fall to the mixing bowl, sending a mushroom cloud of flour into your face. Flour cakes Ford's glasses, along with his nose, cheeks, forehead, and the front of his hair, to the point where his color is indistinguishable from his usual streak of gray. Mabel, thankfully sitting to the side of her perch counter, only got half covered in an explosion of flour, even though she's already got various spots of flour all over her sweater.
Oops.
It's okay, Mabel. Here, take this and dust the flour off. Mabel tips the brush of flour off her sweater. Ford takes off his glasses, blowing puffs from white lenses, and wiping them clean with the hem of his turtleneck. He manages to clear most of the flour off his skin, but he missed a spot. Ford? I'm fine. I've had messier adventures in my time than a bit flour. Oh, that's not it.
Oh! Sorry! Uh-oh! Oh, God!
We're going back. We're not doing brush his hair out yourself. No, you can't do this to me. Okay, so don't choose that one. He does not like that one. Still a lot of flour in your hair. What? No. Swipes his hair, pulls back, white-handed. Ford frowns at the floury hand. Deal with that later. For now, let's figure out what to do with this batter. Maybe if you take a moment to stare at the disaster zone on the counter. Looks like the only thing we can do now is guess how much flour was added and the scale of the amounts, rest of the ingredients to match it. I was going to start over. That's a brilliant idea, William. Let's do it. Mabel, you have another bowl for this operation?
Good thing I found this mega mixing bowl for mixing!
Mabel presents a vessel more akin to a tub than a mixing bowl. It's clean though, and Ford transfers the batter over. Good call, Mabel.
You're secretly a psychic. Nope, it's just a little thing I like to call Power of Mabel. Yeah!
She has an exaggerated jazz hands before shaking more flour off in the process. The three of you laugh before the beginning of the post-flour mission. Due to the mishap, you now need 4 times the other ingredients to match the flour that got dumped in the bowl, and an inconvenience, but not impossible. To measure out more sugar, you spoon forward adding the bowl by cracking 2 eggs each time in hand. Show off. It is quiet during the bustle of measures, adding and remixing, but after a couple minutes, Mabel sighs. What's up, Mabel? I don't know, William. It feels silly to talk about. I think it's too silly. Well, that's a broad statement, but the point is we're willing to listen. Well, Brenda and Marius are throwing this party on Marius's yacht, right? You have no idea who either of these people are, but play along for Mabel's sake. Yeah? They're really getting into that romance zone.
Brenda even told me that they kissed.
It only gives a mild acknowledgement, so you have to amp up the reaction zone. They did not! They did not!
They did so! Can you believe that?
I seriously cannot believe that! Ford looks lost as he continues to mix the batter together.
I'm really happy for Brenda. I am, but sometimes I feel a little jealous. Brenda's like one of my best friends. I don't get why I can't just be happy for her without feeling this way.
You just have to let that feeling simmer inside you. Yeah! Be angry! Everyone feels like that sometimes. All you can do is try your best to stay positive for her, even if you're feeling a little bit bitter inside. Just know that eventually this feeling will pass. Really, everyone gets this way. With friends, doesn't mean you're a bad friend or anything. Thanks, William. And anyways, if this is about romance, Mabel, you're only a teenager. You might feel like you're watching your friends get married and settle down so quickly, but that doesn't start happening until you get to 25. You're a wonderful girl. You're smart, you're pretty, and you can probably make a mean batch of cupcakes. I know that whoever you end up loving will be lucky to have you. That perfect relationship will come your way in time. This seems to brighten. She smiles at you gratefully, and she looks thoughtful. Getting married. I wonder when someone I know will get married. Man, I wonder who. I wonder who. I wonder who. She's non-specific, but Ford pointedly coughs into his fist.
Wait, we need to make these cupcakes extra special before we can bake them.
Thought they already were. Weren't we going to split these into 3 parts, add food coloring, and marble them and...
No, that's just special. I'm thinking extra special. I'm thinking explosion rocks.
You mean that tiny candy that makes your mouth feel all tingly?
Exactly. I'm gonna go grab my supply.
Mabel dashes out to get the candy, leaving you and Ford alone in the kitchen. Oh god, I went hyper-realistic. Ford leans back, leaning back against the counter. Oh, I just eyeballed it and adjusted on the batter's apparent viscosity. No calculation involved.
You see, I'm starting to learn why Bill still isn't
over the breakup. Like, if I pulled someone like Ford and then lost him, I'd understand that. I don't get it. You want to just start over? Well, I had a whole plan in mind. We're going to quadruple the recipe. Now it's more like octuple. I think this is a better route to take. Now that I think about it, that was the last of our flour. Wait, damn. Stanley needs flour for pancakes this week. Would you take cupcakes for breakfast instead? We're gonna have plenty of extra. Knowing him, I think the probability is very high. About to say something else. Leaning in to continue the conversation when Mabel re-enters the room. She's carrying a cardboard box stuffed to the brim with bright packets of explosion rocks.
Alright, I'm back. Let's have these puppies and make some cupcake magic.
You and Ford start helping Mabel decant the explosion rocks to the batter. Ford glances at you as he shakes the last packet into the bowl. Both of you know that the consumer of these cupcakes will likely get an unpleasant surprise from them exploding in their mouth. Especially since the multicolored candy makes the batter look unassuming, funfetti cupcakes. Oh, you didn't respond. There was no question. It's fine. Then it's time to split the batter and marble the pan. The three colors Mabel chose are deep purple, blue, and pink, which she said ties perfectly with her theme. Oh, it definitely does. Are you going to tell us what the theme is yet?
Nope, let's get these in the oven!
Ford picks up the pan and sticks it in the oven to bake. Still plenty of batter in the mixing bowl. You barely skimmed the surface with the first batch. You and Ford share another look. Alright, it's time for the best part, frosting! What do we have? Not just what kind we have, what kind we are making! Mabel presents another recipe card. Oh, jeez. Thankfully, the frosting's far easier to make than the batter. By the time you and Mabel separate the sugar results into a few different bowls for the coloring, this batch of cupcakes came out of the oven 10 minutes ago and have cooled on the counter. Mabel puts it they are ready to be Mabel-fied. Ford grins at her as he starts dyeing the bowl of icing bright pink. Decorating the cupcakes is by far the most fun part of the afternoon. So you sit around the kitchen table. Mabel purposefully sits you and Ford next to each other while she takes the remaining spot, and you could use different frosting tips to make all the design of the cupcakes. Mabel had finally revealed her theme to be outer space because space is full of romance, and this way I can say their compatibility is out of this world. So the three of you cover marble cupcakes and galaxy-worthy combinations of colored frosting. Ford, to put it simply, is delighted by the theme. He's pretty sure the constellations he painstakingly iced on the last 25 cupcakes passed the illustrations in a Stargazer's guide. Yeah, she knows! In the middle of completing the second Orion, Ford gets some icing on his face. It turned blue, somehow made it on his chin, probably from testing the icing. It did, of course. It kicks you from under the table. Ow! Shh! See, our main problem with Ford, because, like, Stan is much simpler to deal with. Our main problem with Ford is that Ford is, like, very antisocial. Ford is antisocial, traumatized, hate triangles, and the color yellow. He also does not very fond of top hats, if that's anything. But, wipe it off! Jesus, okay. I'm going to save real quick, though. Oh, wait, no, it auto-saved. If this goes wrong, it's your fault! Oh, look at him! Oh, thank you, William. Eventually, the three of you finished decorating over 100 cupcakes. Look at all of them lined up on the counter. You can really see the declining quality as you, Ford, and Mabel got worn out. Last few of the frosting in solid colors with just a handful of star-shaped sprinkles on the top. Can't believe we're finally done. Yes, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think I've had enough of the night sky to last me for the rest of the week. Oh, but we're not done! Mabel sounds as peppy as she has all day, even though she must be as tired as you and Ford. Just one last thing we need to do. Clean up, because we have a huge mess. No, Crickle Ford, more important than that. We're urgent. We're desperately needed. Ford looks perplexed. What could that be? The glitter! Mabel pulls out a sizable tub of blue edible glitter that's been sitting in the back corner of the counter for you were guessing the whole afternoon you've been there. Unscrewing the lid reveals its sparkling, shiny contents. Ford, who keeps stopping to attempt glitter gradients in order to keep his earlier icing work clear of glitter. Ah, Chisholm! Mabel always comes in after him, though, fills in the blanks so that the whole thing sparkles. Soon enough, the tub is left nearly empty.
Great! All of these are for the party. Except this one's for Dipper, this one's for Uncle Stan's, this one's for Waddles.
Cupcakes taste odd, but that's what made them. It's probably explosion rocks. You can detect, the faint spice of love and adoration. Good, if not perfect, cupcake. The remaining cupcakes are strategically fitted into the pantry among the cheese boodles and various other snack foods, ready to be brought to the party tomorrow. Stretches and yawns dramatically before grabbing a plate of cupcakes and set aside.
Well, I better get these over to the boys. You don't know how Uncle Stan gets when he smells something cooking and doesn't get a taste.
Not quite sure you do, but Ford nods knowingly, so it must be true.
Anyway, I'll leave you two lovebirds alone. Don't say that! Thanks for the help, and you're welcome for my help.
Mabel sends a wink and a finger gun as she leaves. See, I know what's going on. This is the first time Mabel's tried to find my match. Well, she thinks at the age where kids thinking about romance and dating. Stanley and I are just two of her recent subjects for these compatibility experiments. See, he knew! Mabel tried to reach out for Mermando to set me up with the merman. She didn't tell me what kind of situation it was, so I not only grilled... I didn't read the whole thing. I thought you meant you cooked him. I thought you meant you grilled him, as in on a grill. I thought you meant you cooked him. I was like, Stanford, Jesus Christ. You did not have to be that angry about it that you grilled the fish man. So, how do you think this match is going? I don't want to ask that one. I don't want to go for the high five. Usually the high fives, they only... I've read some stuff about this game before playing it, and apparently usually the high fives usually only work if he's the one who initiates them, because autism, but... Oh, what's the simplest one? This one. Orange drugs, no, he's sporting a light blush. I think this one has potential. Ah!
Thank you.
She left you informed with the task of cleaning everything. Come on, let's get this kitchen cleaned up.
This actually looks like it's working out.
Alright. Unfortunately for you guys... It's time for me to go. Yeah, I hope you guys had fun watching this. I had a lot of fun playing this. Most of the times when I just stopped talking, I took off my headphones and, paced around the room. I didn't know a game could get me like this, man. I mean, Dial Town did, but, oh god, it's always the dating games, man. It's always the dating games. Yeah, I mean, the game's great, but my main problem is, this. And I think I probably should have gone with Stan first. I think I probably should have gone with Stan first. He would have been much easier because I'm exhausted. And I'm not saying I don't like Ford. I love Ford. It's just Ford, he's a lot more and a lot riskier to deal with because... autism. But, yeah. am definitely playing this again tomorrow. And I will see you guys later.